Hi everyone, welcome back to the Healing Stride. This channel isn't about how fast we run. It's not about the races we've won. It's about the miles we run inside. It's about the healing, the survival, the hope, the grief, the healing that we go through as people. Today, I'm sitting with someone that reminds us that running isn't just movement, but it's medicine. Sandiso, thank you for being here with us today.
No, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here and be sitting with you.
Yeah, we've come a long way, you and I. And I don't know, I never thought that we would ever be sitting here today and talking about this.
Yeah.
But I'm really, really excited, and I know that this is going to be a conversation that everyone wants to hear. But before we go any further, I just want to know, how are you feeling really?
How am I feeling right now in my
Really,
life?
yeah,
Really, how am I feeling?
just how are you feeling really? The honest truth about how you're feeling.
How am I feeling? I'm feeling grateful. I think I've had to say that a lot this week. I think I'm just grateful. It's hard for me to say that, though. It's hard for me to say I'm grateful because I think I'm just hungry for so much, and I want so much. But I am grateful. I'm grateful to be where I am, to be able to sit like this and have this conversation.
Yeah.
This might be a tough conversation for some people. But I'm
Yeah.
grateful. I'm grateful. I think that's how I'm feeling. Just grateful.
That's nice. Yeah, you're right. It's very hard because when I was thinking about who to invite to this show, I wanted people that have stories to tell. And I do know that men don't necessarily want to tell their stories.
Mhm.
I mean, you guys don't talk.
Yeah.
So that's why I appreciate you coming here today. And I do know that people are going to learn a lot from you. So what does a normal day look like in your life?
At the moment, it's a bit crazy. I wake up and I'm very blessed to be able to wake up and on a normal day, and that'll be like a normal weekday. Then I walk to work. Just do the work, but also try and do some other work in terms of, because I do two things. I work for the company that pays me, and I also work for Indilo, which is my non-profit organization. So I get to do those things, which I'm very fortunate to be able to do at the same time sometimes. But also, then I go back home. Then it's time to go for a run. Of recently, I'm running really a lot now because averaging to 120 to 150 kilometers a week. So it's a bit rough at the moment.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah.
hectic.
So it's a bit rough at the moment.
That's hectic. Before we go deep, I just want to know, I think you've already started to answer this question, because I wanted to know, how is running for you right now?
Running for me, it feels tiring right now. The actual exercise itself.
Yeah.
It feels tiring. Sometimes I don't want to do it. I know I did not want to do it yesterday. My body wanted nothing to do with it. But also, I think, but I keep doing it in spite of it. I think my goal, one of my goals is to keep the promises I made to myself. It's not a very difficult thing when you've had practice of disappointing yourself and disappointments in life. So I try not to disappoint Sundays. So if I'm supposed to go for a run, even if it's hard sometimes, I go for it because I promise that to myself.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. It's a promise. Sure. I have to keep it.
But that's a good way of looking at things. You don't want to disappoint yourself first.
Yes. Before
anybody else.
Yeah, that's how I look at it, because I think I spend so much time with myself by myself, and some of the most positive and some of the worst negative conversations have been with me, by me, to me. So I know that I can both become a positive for change to myself, and also be the negative that keeps me from progressing. So when I keep those promises to myself, I add more positivity into me before any other positivity from the outside comes through.
True. Did you sort of make a promise to yourself at some point in your life, like Sandiso, this is how, because some people do that. Some people make promises to themselves, like what you're saying now, I don't want to disappoint myself.
Yeah.
Did you make a promise to yourself that this is the life that I want to live now, this is how I want to be? Did you have that conversation with yourself at some point? Or is it like a daily conversation for you, where you wake up and you say, okay, we're going to do what we're going to do?
I think now and then it's a necessary conversation, because I think naturally it's easy to fall back to what's normal. Now, what is normal for Sandiso before taking on running? Because I haven't been running for long. I started about 2020 to properly run, so it has not been that long, and it is running that has transformed how I see myself, and just the desire to constantly love myself. Because the default setting, based on how I grew up and how I was raised, there isn't much love involved in the relationship between myself and how I see myself. And so I have to intentionally do things that remind the love that I need to give to myself. And part of that promise is Sandiso deserves to be loved. And he deserves good things, he deserves to pitch up for himself. And that means mostly that I need to do that before somebody else does that for me. So now I'm intentionally remind myself that you need to do this, because this is where the love for yourself came from. This is where, if you like, liberation. That's Sandiso. It's to get lend out. So don't be quick to forget and go into the fact that no, you're fine now, you can just sleep in. No, a run needs to happen.
So would I be right in saying, taking from what you're saying, running for you is a form of, is a way to love yourself? It's a form of, it's something where you show yourself that you love yourself?
You could say that. You could also put it in a way where it's a way for me to draw closer to myself. It's very weird. I draw closer to myself when I'm running than anywhere else. Some of the best ideas and some of the things that I remember is while I'm running. The happiest I've ever felt is when I'm running.
Oh, say that again.
Yeah. and I guess one can call it a drug, and maybe I chase that when I'm running. So I mean, the most liberation I've ever felt. I don't know if you've never ever felt this feeling. There's a feeling that I once felt on these mental health awareness runs that I felt, where I was running and I thought to myself, you know what? If God were to say, Sandiso, I'm cool with it. I've done it.
What?
And that's running for me, where I'm liberated and I'm okay with everything, and every pain and every suffering and every difficult and every beautiful thing it becomes one, and it's okay.
Sandiso, we're going deep already. Hold on. Hold on. We're coming there. Yeah. Okay. I don't want us to rush this Sandiso, because there's so many things that you've said right now that I want to unpack, that I want us to go deeper in. And everything that you've just said right now is just touching on the parts that I was hoping we're going to talk about.
Okay. Cool.
So so people, when people think about runners, they have this thing of thinking that we are all about PBs, we're all about races, we're all about the new shoes, People even make jokes about us that we have like 20 pairs of shoes or 50 pairs of shoes for no reason.
Yeah.
But what does it mean? What does running really mean to you? If someone were to ask you,
Running for me is what does it really mean? It means an opportunity to become the best version of myself.
it's amazing.
And I think that's always my answer, like, to become the best version of myself. You see me running, whether I'm training or anything, that's all I'm trying to do. Everything good that has happened for me of late has come because I started running.
From running. So what has running given you that nothing else could? You've done other sports before, but what is this thing? What has running given you that nothing else? I think you've touched that.
Yes.
Let's go back there.
Yes. Self-love, man. Self-awareness, self-love. I think I used to take this lightly, and maybe as people will take it lightly. There's nothing I find more powerful than to recognize oneself and to recognize myself that I'm worth something.
Say that again, please.
I think that's the most powerful thing I've ever done for myself, and that running has done for me, to recognize that I am worth something, and I am worth it. I am worth the run, so that I can be mentally free from things, maybe from things that my mind does not want to remember, that I don't quite know. Understand, whatever those things might be, and things that my mind needs to clear that I don't fully understand, and they get cleared on the road. So that's I guess that's the answer I'd give to that question.
Okay. Can you think maybe of a time where you realize that, man, this running thing is more than running. It's more than one foot, on top of the other. This is deeper than what I thought it was. Where like it dawned on your mind, like, no, man, this is something deeper. It's more than just exercise. It's deeper than that.
Yeah. There was a time in 2020 I did a run that was 56 kilometers, and I did it with a friend of mine, Khayelitsha. And we ran from Khayelitsha. I was staying in Khayelitsha at the time, so we ran from Khayelitsha via the N2 and Baden Powell all the way up to Plumstead. And the reason I did this run was kind of a cry out for help. I was struggling mentally at this time. Nothing was really making sense, and things were quite rough. And I think for me, this is where I recognized that running could become a transformation, and an opportunity to transform from something else towards something else.
Yes.
To be honest with you, I had no idea what that looks like. Yeah. As much as I can even say that right now, I can't tell you what 5 years look like. I'll tell you this much I know: transformation is coming. And I think that's when it occurred to us, like, okay, we're about to be transformed.
Yeah.
And we are here for the journey.
Something is about to happen. That's true. That's true. Because I think I always feel like that also sometimes, like something is coming. Yeah. But even if you can't really point a finger, like even if you don't really know what it is, but it's coming, whatever it is. Now, Sandiso, I know a little bit about your story because you've been very open about your story on Instagram. I remember you were talking about I can't remember specifically, right? But I do know that you've been talking publicly about grief, about loss, about depression. So, if at all you feel comfortable with this, which part of your story feels important for you to tell today? It can be anything you feel comfortable with.
Grief is not, grief is an opportunity for the best version of you, if you take it.
If you take it.
Yes. I feel like grief is so hard that it feels like it feels like a closed door that we can't quite get through. I have seen that also grief can be an opportunity, like somebody that's giving you a hand. You need to grab it and go through it, not around it. You have to go through it. And what I've seen is it's an opportunity so that the other version of you can truly come through. Let me explain what do I mean by the other version of you. Some of us have adopted a character of who we were told, who we've been taught all of our lives, who we are.
Yeah.
Somebody has been telling you, the community has been telling you who you are, and we've believed that. And so we've adopted that character, tried to live up to that character. And sometimes grief and depression and anxiety is a result of the fact that your system is tired of pretending to be this person. It's time now for you to become you. And if you do not take that hand out, which is grief, that's tiredness, that's saying, I'm tired of living this life, it's time for me. And if you don't take that opportunity, instead of maybe welcoming feelings of trying to kill yourself and all that, and take on the opportunity to say, you know what, it's time for me to fight this on and become the other version of you. That's the story I'd like to tell. That depression for me, I've seen it, and I've seen that it was an opportunity for me to become the other version of me. The Sandiso that's talking to you right now is not the Sandiso before depression took over, before suicidal thoughts took over and came in by full force, before the attempt for suicide. This is a whole different Sandiso on the other end. And if anything I should have taken the opportunity way, way earlier on to say, you know what, I'm going to fight and stop pretending to be this person that everybody loves and wants me to be. I'm going to try and find myself and welcome the fact that it's time for a new chapter.
Do you think this happens more within the Black community, where you grow up and already people have expectations of how you should show up in this world? Do you think it's more with the Black community than any other community out there?
For me, I've only lived within the Black community. so it'd be hard for me to say in terms of the other ethnicities or but I know that within my community that there's structure already. There's expectations that are there from the day you were born, and people that raise you can tell you who you are and tell you who you should be. And you can quickly adopt that, especially if there's lack of leadership within a home, and adopt that and go with that and think that that's who you are and this is where you're supposed to go, until you discover that this is actually not what I wanted, or this is not who I am.
How did grief change you as a human, not just as a runner? How would you say it changed you? In what way?
Grief has made me a lot more aware of people. I don't talk much.
You don't?
No, I don't talk much in Spain, spaces that are filled with people. Only with people that I know I feel comfortable.
Okay. Then
I'll talk much. But I see people. I see people more than I talk to them. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think grief has helped me to want every healing I've ever wanted for myself. Now I spend time trying to get that for my community. That's what grief has given me. An opportunity to love people.
Oh yes, I was about to ask. Oh my God, this is so. As much as it was painful for you to go through it,
Mm.
because I imagine there's a journey that you go through when you are in grief
Yeah.
to healing.
Yeah.
That whole journey for you was teaching you how to love other people.
Yes.
When you came out of it, you learned that this thing was just teaching me how to love other people.
It was teaching me how to love other people, but also it was also teaching me how to love myself. I and the best way I can explain how I understand it in my mind is I remember that everybody, even now, everybody that was ever able to help me rise up in life was because they were at a step higher than me. And so whenever I think about how it's helped me, I realize that first I needed to be able to love Sandiso. I needed to love the guy in the mirror, man. It was such a difficult thing. It sounds like an easy thing, sorry, but it was such a difficult thing for me. And so as soon as I started loving Usani, so what he looks like and how he builds himself and who he is, and the love for other people started to grow, and I started to have ideas on how to help other people to be able to love themselves more and see worth in themselves as well. But I needed to see that in me first.
What made you not love yourself, Sandiso, in the first place? I can't imagine you not loving yourself. I'm sorry. Like, the Sandiso that I know, I can't imagine him not loving himself. What? I don't know. I don't want to say triggered this whole thing. What happened?
I think when you grow up, people say things they don't know what they mean, or they don't. Well, they know what they mean, but they do not know or fully understand the impact, what it means. I think the younger me was told so many times that he was worthless, and that he was not worth anything. And I think it becomes worse when it comes from the person that brought you on. Then it doesn't matter what anybody else says on the street when you go home and are reminded that you're worth nothing. So I think I too many times Sandiso was told, the younger me, I talk to myself in a third person so that I can relate to myself.
Yeah.
So Sandiso was told so many times that he's not worth that much, or he's not worth anything. He would not amount to anything, and it was said so many times that at some point I believed it, and then I moved forward believing it, not intentionally, but it was a core part of myself, and so I prioritized everyone else above me. Everything that I did was so that everybody else could be happy first. My happiness didn't matter because what is happiness anyway? What do I know? When was I ever happy? What does that even look like? So, but you do. So you know what's going to make you happy. So I'll do what I can to make sure that you are okay because you know what you want. And so I never chased mine. So, and then until years later, you realize, but this has been the problem in my life the entire time. And this is what has stopped me from progressing and wanting more because...
I'm so sorry you went through that, Sandiso. But it's so amazing that you came out of that. Would you say that it made you a better person? The experience made you a better person?
As it made me a better person. I think Sandiso would have loved people regardless. When I look back to the experience, I think it's an experience that was unnecessary. I didn't have a child does not need to go through.
No child deserves.
No child deserves
to go through that.
So I am who I am because of the decision that I made, and I constantly make those decisions to love and care other people and be there for other people. But I don't know why it's difficult for me to say that it's because of that experience. I think I didn't have to go through that.
Mm. Oh, so how I have so many things going through my mind. Um, but I think one of the things that I think I can I'd like us to talk about now is, first of all, I can't imagine a person that gave birth to you saying those things.
Mm.
But I know these things happen. I know
Yeah.
things like that happen. I know that we have people like that in the world. And for me to see you now as the person that you are, I just think that it's incredible that you were able to rise above that.
Mm.
I'm sure there's someone listening now who maybe went through the same thing, and some people just can't let go of that. You know, at 50 maybe, at 60, they still, because it's very difficult to let go of that, Sandy. So when your parent says things or does things to you when you're young, for some people it's very difficult to let go. Did you find a way to let go of the experience, or did you maybe at some point have a conversation with the person when you were healed? Or some people would even want to know why, and go back to them and ask, why did you treat me this way? Did you do any of those things in your healing journey?
It's a process. It's a process. This is one of those things where you don't have a conversation, then it goes away. I mean, I lived with this for over 34 years, so which is a huge part of my life. And also, like, it's one of those things where I think for me, I have accepted the fact that this is not. There will never be. I don't think the people that have said these things to me will ever be willing to have the conversation. So what my goal and my aim has been to fix Sandiso. Let's fix me. Let's fix me so that I do not become that in the future. I don't have kids yet, so if I'm going to have kids one day, I need to have this part of me not be. But also accept the fact that this conversation is a conversation that we'll never have. And that I might be, and not think that someone will come in the future like, hey, Sandiso, I'm sorry for saying this. They will never say that. What happens, and be able to move forward with that understanding. And that's been me.
Yeah. So would you say you accepted an apology that never came?
Yeah. And my aim, and hence I said earlier on, is to keep the promises that I made to Sandiso. It's because Sandiso has so many disappointments that have happened throughout his life. And the last thing I want to do is to add to the list as well. So let's no apologies are going to come. I can at least make sure that I don't disappoint, so that I don't have to find myself having to apologize to myself, because there's feelings that are attached to that, and emotional triggers that are attached to that. So instead of putting that in someone else's hand, I'd rather try and fix that with help, of course. All of this has not happened without having to meet with psychiatrists and psychologists to try and get help for myself. Of course, I'm not going to pretend as if that has been out of the window. That is very much part of the journey. But the aim is to fix Sandiso and not try and have those conversations where, hey, you were wrong here. Why did you do this? And not that I haven't tried. I tried, and I've seen that it doesn't work. It's not going to help me feel any better.
Yeah, because there's so many ways to heal, and for some reason we always think that healing is linear. We always hear people saying, sort of pushing you to dig,
Yeah.
in the past, like face them,
Yeah.
tell them what they did to you. But then it's fine if you don't want to do that. If you don't want to do that and you just want to move on with your life, want to live your life, that's fine also. We are all different humans.
Yeah.
What works for you won't work for me. Like I'm probably like you as well. I'm able to forgive people and never talk to them. I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
So people don't understand that about me. I'm like, but no, I don't need to call them and tell them, well, I forgive you for what you've done. I know, I forgive them on my own. I don't have to call them. I don't have to. We don't need to be friends or family again.
I think my thing is, what I've seen is also is, what if they don't comprehend what you're talking about? What if they don't comprehend your pain? What if I come and say, well, when's the girl and you do I? And the husband was Stephen.
Yeah.
Do you understand? What if they don't comprehend? And suddenly your pain is minimized to something you're sad.
Yeah.
And so do I go through this? And yes, you risk it at some point, but then you see that it's actually, maybe this person does not have the capacity to comprehend what they've done. Because as much as I've gone through this much pain, another thing to think about is, which I fight with myself about, is, what if the people that were saying these things to me were also in pain?
Yeah.
What if they had their own struggles and everything that they were saying to me was because of how they felt about themselves, about their lives?
But they had no right.
And they had no right, but they were in pain. So they have not found healing. And so now I'm finding healing. Here I am trying to see if they can feel bad for saying all of these things, but they can't comprehend it. So again, let's heal Sandiso, so that, because he deserves a brighter future.
And hurt people.
100%. And that's a whole lot of discussion, because I tell you, like, I discovered this over 30-something odd years. Sandiso has met people within those years. And because he was hurt, he's hurt people as well.
Because we were bleeding as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's crazy.
Ooh.
It's crazy.
Did you, within your journey, did you have any moments where running was the only place where you could breathe?
Yes. Still is. Still is. And I'm fortunate now. There's a big part of me that's intentional about making my home, my space, that as well. But running is the it when I feel I can't function. That's where I go, and I find clarity by the end. And maybe in the first few kilometers, I find clarity. It still is. I mean, I used to run from Khayelitsha to New Zealand, and I remember that was my only place to cry out loud.
Wow. How many kilometers is that?
It's about, I think it's 15 going in and then 15 going back, I think.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I think so.
Oh, it just
I stand corrected.
It just looks like it's a long from here. Okay, so it makes sense that side, because Khayelitsha is already on that side.
But it's that was my only place I could cry out loud. It's safest. Why? I could cry, my tears could come out. Everybody think I'm a sweater. You assume I'm sweating, I'm crying.
Sandiso, I thought I was the only one who cries when I run.
There's times where I have to cry because for whatever reason, I'm emotionally unregulated for that day. Something has happened, whatever it might be. It might have been a misunderstanding or something like that, whether it be at work, whatever the case may be, that makes me unregulated, or I might have been at the mall and got overwhelmed by too many people and I have to regulate. Otherwise I can't sleep. So it's crazy stuff. Then I have to go run.
Oh no! What?
Yeah.
So you also have a problem with many humans.
Not a problem. Let's not say a problem.
No.
It's just like
Yeah.
I think there's times where like I'm at the mall and I'm fine, and then there's times where like suddenly like it feels like and it's a lot. Then I'm like I can't breathe. I have to get out of here. But then the problem is now when I get home, I'm not fine. Shucks. Now I'm like, what am I supposed to? Because I can't quite figure out what it is. Then I have to emotionally regulate. I have to go get active and take out those feelings, whatever those feelings are that I do not fully understand at the time. Sometimes I know what it is, and sometimes.
Pain turned into purpose for you in your life, right? So when did this shift happen?
The shift I think happened in 2021. After doing the first run with my friend, that 56 kilometers I was talking about,
Yes.
who happened to be my colleague as well. And I think, and then at work I started talking a lot about mental health, and it became clear to me that I wasn't the only one struggling, but there wasn't people felt like it wasn't quite a safe space to be able to do that. And so people would meet me in the corridors and be like, hey man, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I actually struggle with anxiety. I take meds. I'm like, what?
At work?
Dude, you never said anything. You know, I was like, yeah, powerful things like that. And I thought, you know what? Since there's so many people that struggle with it, let me talk more about it. And so I said, okay, what are we going to do? So I said, okay, I'm going to run 90 kilometers from Betty's Bay to Plumstead. And so we did that on the 21st of March, that weekend. And that's where things became real, and during that run, and that's when For Impilo was born as an idea.
Oh, 2021.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So you started because of your colleagues.
Yes, because
At work.
because I noticed that I wasn't the only one that was struggling.
Yeah.
They were struggling, and it was an ongoing thing. But also realizing that mental health thing, it wasn't something that you could just talk about. It goes away.
Yes.
At this point in time, I had seen, mind you, after that 56 kilometers that I had run in 2020, 2 weeks later I was admitted in hospital.
Oh, wow! How did that happen?
So, because running itself at that stage for me, it wasn't enough. And what I did, all I did was to just run, and I had not sought out professional help. I had not done anything like that. So now, the hype that comes with preparing for the run and the endorphins and feeling all happy during the run, immediately when the run was done, that all went away, and I was back to square one.
This is very powerful.
Yeah.
So running is not the solution if you are going through deep things.
Exactly. Alone, it's not enough. You have to seek out help. It's not going to because it's not going to be enough. The best example I can use is sometimes you wake up and do not even have the energy to get out of bed.
Yes.
And you need assistance to get the energy to get out of bed. So then if I say running alone will do that for me, then I'm not being realistic about my pain and my situation and where I am at that point in time. Because sometimes you're just depleted, you have no energy at all.
Now, Sandiso, now I know you. Well, this is another thing that I know about you. I know that you're running an NPO, right, for women. You are helping women. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that, about the NPO.
Yeah. So with our non-profit organization, we help women, children, and men, where we provide free counseling. We also have hikes and runs, one hike a month and one run a month. What makes it so much exciting is after the run and after the hike, we have what we call circles of safety. And in the circles of safety, we talk about different topics within mental health. So
Okay.
it's a safe space where we create a safe space where we talk about some of the challenges. We do what we call check-ins. Just
Okay.
checking how is everybody actually doing, and how are they doing, how are they feeling, how do they feel they're doing in their life at that moment in time, and how are they feeling in terms of the relationships within their own home and things like that. And you what we've seen is great amount of vulnerability and people feeling like they've never been part of anything of that nature before in their lives, and they want to become part of that more.
Especially in the Black community,
100%.
because we don't talk about these things.
Yeah.
It's very. Did you find that to be a problem, or maybe like to be an issue that comes up in your meetings and in your hikes, like people telling you that Sandiso, I've never ever done this in my life.
Yeah, 100%. It's people will tell you, and it's even hard for people to get to that place where they're willing to talk about this, is because it's supposed to be you never talk about it. You never talk about it because it seems like you're bad mouthing, but it's your reality, it's your truth, it's what's happening, and so it's not necessarily bad mouthing more than the fact that you're recognizing that this is actually causing me pain. And finding out you're actually not the only one really helps in being able to see that you're not the only one, and we have these conversations so that at a later stage, when one recognizes that maybe there's help that I need to be receiving, then we recommend help based on the services we have available. If we don't have that service available, then we recommend to those who do.
What services are you talking about?
So with the free counseling, what we've done is with our counselor last year, what we were able to do, we were doing psychometric tests, for example.
I remember that in psychology. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, which was very, very helpful in being able to help out some of the kids and some of the kids within the community. And these are some of the services. We have one-on-one and couple counseling, which really, really helps.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing is it's all free. And we want to maintain that. We find it difficult to do that because of the lack of support, but we want to maintain that, and with a goal to be able to open 24 hours in 2026, by the end of 2026.
This is powerful stuff you're doing. I have to tell you, when you told me about this, I just knew that this was very powerful, and I know that, especially for our society, especially for the Black community, because for us it's a taboo. Like you're saying, it's a taboo for us to talk about our problems. It's a taboo for us to talk about our problems in front of other people. It's even more of a taboo. So I'm happy that you are doing this kind of work, and I'm sure that you'll get some people who will want to partner with you on this. So what does healing look like through running for these women? What stories have you heard from them? Because I can imagine for some of them, it's the first time they've ever attempted to run. So at the meetings that you have at the end, like, do they say something like, "Oh, Sandy, so this is how I feel after the run"?
I think things that I've had is I am so happy that I joined for Imbilo today. I'm so happy that I came to the hike because I've never talked about this experience of a near rape, and now I feel somehow liberated, and I thought it was wrong for me to feel this way. I thought I was okay, but suddenly it feels these feelings are coming back up, and I'm happy that I was able to come and be able to talk about them so that I can know how to navigate how I feel about these things. And some of the powerful things have been where one says, no one knows about this, only you now know about it. I haven't told my family that I've been feeling this way. I haven't told anybody about this experience, and so it feels good to be able to talk about it. And thank you for creating the space to be able to, for me to be able to feel safe and talk about this struggle. And then and for us, it's just the beginning. That's always just the beginning. To be able to create a safe space where it's okay to say, I'm not okay. I struggle with this, and I don't quite know how to navigate it. Is the help of anybody. Yeah. So I think those hikes and those runs, they're not therapy sessions themselves, but it's the aim to create a safe space and an opportunity to say help can be made available when you're ready.
Yeah, that's powerful, Sandiso, because it seems like you're creating a safe space where people can deal with their pain.
Yeah.
You know, can actually deal with because it's difficult for us to face our pain sometimes. It's difficult for us to face our trauma.
Yes.
I know I have trauma that goes back to where I was maybe 3 years old, 4 years old.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to go back there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about trauma that makes you not want to go back there. When you know now as an adult that for you to heal, you need to go back there.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you're creating this space for people to be able to offload.
Exactly, and it's a tough one. It's a tough one to be able to create. Like I said earlier on, because we lack funding and support to be able to continue to do that. But I'm blessed to have a team that makes sure that we do the minimum.
What is it that people can't see about the work that you do?
What can people say?
Take your time.
I think it will take time for people to see the impact we make. And we're okay with that. If anything, I just wish people could be willing to come on board to say, you know what, we see what you're trying to do. Let's see how we could get involved as well. It's not supporting Sandiso. I think Sandiso, myself, I can support myself. I've been able to set up things to support myself. It's the NGO that needs support. For example, this March, on the 21st or to the 22nd of March, I'll be running 350 kilometers for 48 hours.
Sandy, so you have started what?
Yeah. So I'll be running through 5 townships. This is Khayelitsha, Fuleni, Delft, Philippi, and Mitchell's Plain. It's a 35-kilometer loop. So I'll be doing it 9 times over 48 hours. So why am I doing this? Is to raise awareness, again, of mental health within disadvantaged areas. Because our impact is not to just, our aim is not to just impact Khayelitsha as a township, is to be able to assist disadvantaged communities across South Africa as 4MB. So yes, our first office is in Khayelitsha, but our vision is much, much bigger than that. And so we have that campaign coming up where we will need support in any way one can be able to assist, but also we'll be raising funds so that we can be able to prepare ourselves to be open 24 hours.
I know you did 200 kilometers last year.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what to say about you.
Yeah.
Now you've increased it this year to
350
within 48 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I'll be there. I need to witness this. I need to witness this for sure. Okay, so if someone is watching this Sunday and they feel trapped and they're in grief and they're going through depression or maybe a toxic relationship, what do you want them to know?
You deserve love. And before you want it from anyone else outside, give it to yourself first.
Mm.
I think staying in a state of depression in its way sometimes is a lack of self-love. Because if you love yourself, you'll fight your way back out because you deserve it. Staying in a relationship that's toxic, that's abusive, is a lack of self-love, self-care.
Mm.
You need to know that you deserve love and you deserve to be cared for, and the first person that needs to do that is you. You need to protect yourself and love yourself first before the other people come to love you. Their love is extra, needs to be extra.
Mm. What is the first step, though, Sandiso, to loving yourself for someone who has no idea at all how to do this?
Ask for help. Help is available.
Okay.
The first thing is ask for help. And sometimes, like I said earlier on, I understand that sometimes you might be in bed and we might find ourselves where you are bombarded with life's decisions and life's choices, and so you can't move. You are stuck in that bed, and that bed feels like a hole. The next best thing you can do is ask for help, for someone to come and lift you out of the bed. Help is available. You can contact us if you want to send us a WhatsApp if you need to. And you don't need to be staying in a disadvantaged area to ask for help from OMP. I have to emphasize.
Okay, so it's not a Khayelitsha thing.
No. Just because we are there, because most people that struggle with mental health there, they do not receive the services, because whatever services are available is so what's what I'm looking for. It's so congested that not everybody is able to get the help they need immediately. So we want to make sure that mental health is treated as an emergency, because it is.
Yes.
So if you feel like you need help, you can send us a WhatsApp on 073 106 9444.
Okay, we're gonna have the number also. I'll post the number on the description for this video as well. Thank you for that, and I'm so happy that it's not only for people in Khayelitsha.
Yeah.
It's for everyone.
Exactly.
Everyone can have access.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And also you can contact us that way if you feel like, okay, you're within the mental health space, you want to find out how you can get involved, or maybe you have an idea on how you can get involved to help us make the difference as we grow, as we reach out to the communities. You send us a WhatsApp on that same number. A WhatsApp is much better than a call, because we're not always available to take calls, but we can respond on a WhatsApp.
All right, I'll have the information, guys, on the description, so you can get the number there, and please use it. What would you say to the version of yourself who was at their lowest now?
What would I say?
Yeah, to the Sandiso, before the running, to the Sandiso. To the Sandiso that you are not proud of. You know, because I know that you are proud of yourself now for everything that you have achieved and are still currently in the process, of achieving your healing and all of these great things. But to the Sandiso that needed a helping hand, to the Sandiso that needed to know that he needed love, he deserves love. Yeah, he deserves to be taken care of. What would you say to him now?
I've thought about this so many times. It's probably one of the hardest things I would ever have to do. Every time I think about it, what would I say to Sandiso, the boy child? And every time I come to, I'll probably give him a hug.
And that might just be enough. That might just be enough.
Yeah, I'll just give him a hug. And hope that will sustain for a while.
Okay. What keeps you running, Sandiso? Even on days where you don't feel like it, like even on days where you just don't want to, what is it that that keeps you going?
That promise I spoke about earlier on, but also like the responsibility. I as much as my life has been what it is and has its own struggles, it has had a lot of good. And a lot of good that has happened in my life has been because people have seen a potential that I had no ability to see. I have a responsibility to those people to show them that they were not wrong.
Oh, yeah.
They were not wrong. They were right. Even though I didn't see it, but they were not wrong.
So today, here we are right now in 2026. What does healing look like for you now?
Accepting that things will not always be like this. It's not always going to be like this. Things are good now. It's not always going to be like this. Things are bad now. The bad is not always going to be like this. So healing for me says don't make that pain my identity. Then I'm not going to make my struggle my identity now. It's a road I'm passing through. Because tomorrow is going to be different.
It's a different story.
Yeah, so I think, I guess also you can say it's just approach. My approach is different now.
Yeah.
My approach is different now. It's not always going to be like this. It's difficult today. I can't do A, B, C. That's okay. Tomorrow is going to be different.
Tomorrow is a different day. Tomorrow is a different life. It's a different,
Yes.
That's powerful. I think I'll steal that. I'll use that in my life as well. Okay, so we did speak a little bit about this, but I really want you to emphasize this because we do need to get help for the NPO. How can people support you? How can people support the work you're doing? If someone is just sitting there right now and they've heard every good thing that you said about the NPO, where can they start if they've decided they want to help you? What do you want them to do? Who do they call? Do you have an email? Do you have a social where they can contact you?
Yes, you definitely can contact me on Instagram. I am Nobody Runner. You can send me a direct message that Nobody Runner on Instagram. You can contact me as well. I do have a mobile number which is 081712 8391. You can contact me there. Send me an email at sandiso_jh@4impilo.org. We need assistance. For example, like the run that I'm talking about right now, some of the assistance that we need with is nutrition. I'm running for 48 hours. Then the run is involved with other people in terms of we were going to put out invites for people to come run 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers. And how we normally structure it is there's a shuttle that's involved. You run the 10 kilometers and get in the shuttle and rest. So if you want to be part of the run, come through, come run your 10 kilometers. Are you preparing for comrades? Come run 60 kilometers with me. Whatever the case may be, at a time that's suitable to you. So you feel like you're in a position to assist us in terms of getting the food to make sure that everybody has enough nutrition. Those who will come and run, that will also be very helpful. We will be printing out some 4impilo t-shirts. Highly ask that everybody support us in getting that t-shirt, because it is through that t-shirt that we'll be able to sustain ourselves in terms of making sure that the counselor on the site has at least a stipend every month that goes to her, and the administrator as well at the office have a stipend to her.
Also, you have t-shirts that you will be selling.
Yes.
How much are these t-shirts so we can prepare ourselves?
Yes, I will send you everything as soon as we have it finalized. We're just waiting for what's what I'm looking for the printer.
Okay.
We'll send those through.
All right. We'll put all your information as well on the description to just give everyone, in case they want to contact you directly, then they can be able to contact you directly. There's anyone out there, guys, that feels compelled to help, please contact Sandiso. Thank you for trusting me, man. Thank you for trusting me with your story and for choosing to turn pain into purpose. Your story matters, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to get something, whatever it is, from this story today. And this is not the last time we are talking.
Yes.
You'll be back here again. I want to hear how that 300. I'll be there, but I want you when you're relaxed already, when you've come down, because I know you'll be on a high. When you've come down, come and tell me how this thing went. And I had another question. What dates again?
It's the 21st of March to the 22nd of March. This is March 2026.
Okay.
It's coming up March. So it's a weekend. It's on a Saturday.
Oh,
Saturday to
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday.
All right, then we can get our long runs there.
So it's a 48-hour run. We'll be running between these 5 townships. So
how are you gonna make sure people are safe, Sandiso?
So we've over the past years we've worked quite closely with the South African Police Services. So we contacted them to continuously assist us for safety.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sandiso.
Thank you.